8:30 on a Tuesday. A tender has appeared on the portal, and the person who noticed it is the department secretary. She holds one link of her own, and it opens everything she was allowed to touch. A tender is not a file. This one is 12 documents. The invitation, the conditions, the specifications, 5 appendices. She hands the whole folder over at once, and nobody at our end is involved at all. Here is the receipt for the folder that went in. Every file named, every file accounted for, what was read, and what was stored and not read. On a folder this size, the read takes a few minutes. This is what it says when it lands. The department manager opens her own link and sees every tender the department is holding. Newest first, because the folder that arrived this morning is the one she has not read. The client, the tender, what it is worth, and when it closes. Nothing on this card counts work that has not been asked for yet. There is no progress bar reproaching her about a tender nobody has decided to bid. There is one question on it, and it is the only question she has this morning. 1,309 obligations, read down to the ones that decide it, where we may not qualify, what it will cost beyond the rates, and what should go into the pre-bid query before anybody prices it. Underneath it, the clauses themselves. Every sentence above is quoted from a document, with the file, the clause and the page against it. The tool does not decide, and it never recommends. It shows her what the papers say. So she decides, taken up for proposal preparation, or not considered. With her remarks, nothing is approved at this stage, no obligation is accepted and no document is signed off. And the decision is kept with the evaluation she was reading when she took it. 6 months later, when management asks why the department did not bid something, the answer is still here, in her words, with her name on it. A package is not a discipline. Technical, on a drilling tender, is 5 trades in one word, so the tender is read for the disciplines it names, counted and quoted, and she can see what she has to arrange before she arranges anybody. One person is answerable for each package. They are the only one who can file into it, and everybody else on the bid can still see it. Nobody is chased for a folder, they are chased by name. Then each of them gets a link. 1 per person, 1 per folder, all revocable. There are no accounts on this system and no passwords to reset. Somebody leaves the bid, their link stops working the same minute. This is a discipline engineers page. Above, the obligations the tender puts on them. Below, something different, what they work out the job will actually need in order to do it. Process did a calculation and says 3 compressors. He puts the quantity in, the rule of thumb behind it, how long they take to arrive, and he attaches the calc. Then he ticks the disciplines this creates work for. Ticking civil and mechanical nudges them on the bid. Mechanical picks a reciprocating machine. Civil wants a 40 by 40 plot to stand it on. Instrumentation wants a cabinet, and a cabinet needs a control room, so civil comes back for a bigger plot. And the manager reads that as one chain, not 5 unrelated numbers from 5 inboxes, the compressor, the machine, the plot, the control room, and the plot again, in the order the engineers actually arrived at them. Commercial puts its rate beside the engineer's figure, never over it. Both are kept, because the gap between what an experienced engineer thought a thing would cost and what it priced at is the most useful number on the page. Nothing on this page was calculated by the system, and nothing was suggested by a model. Every quantity, every duration and every rate was typed by somebody named beside it. A model reads the tender here. It never prices one. Now the work. The board answers what stops us submitting, then what falls due first, then who is where, never who is worst first. These are the obligations that would have the envelope returned unopened. Not late, not incomplete, returned. They sit at the top of the page for the whole 3 weeks until somebody clears them. And a percentage here counts what has been accepted, not what has been uploaded. A file in a folder is not an obligation met. Somebody has to say so, and on the morning of the deadline that difference is the bid. The client board. Every bid this department has, grouped by who issued the tender, ordered by what needs them today, what closes soonest, what is blocked, and what was passed over with the reason it was passed over against it. One tender, one team, one board. 12 volumes read in an afternoon, a decision somebody can defend, and an estimate the whole department built without a single spreadsheet going round by email,